Glasses on or off? On or off? I guess on so I can read. Okay. Now I'm ready.
Try everything.
Okay, welcome to whatever this is going to be. I think I'm just gonna try to talk about local news and true crime and things that are happening that I feel like are important. And so let's just go with that. So here's a video that I'm making about something that happened nearby. So if you live in Ypsilanti or the Washtenaw County, or I guess downriver counts too, we're all very close. What I'm about to talk about is an epic bummer on a few different sides of the coin here. I said a few different sides of the coin, but a coin only has two sides. But all right, we're gonna keep going. All right, I'm just gonna read what I have down. Let's just okay. On Sunday, June 6th, just this past June 6th, a young boy named Coby Daniels was playing in his front yard, as 6-year-old boys tend to do, making noise and riding bikes with friends as he should be. That was until 29-year-old Ryan Le-Nguyen threatened the children out front for making too much noise. There were a few different accounts of how this kind of went down at first. In one circumstance, it was said that Le-Nguyen threatened the young boys with a sledgehammer, and another one said he outright chased them with it. This is a statement from Coby himself, the 6-year-old boy. He tried hitting me with a sledgehammer, but that wasn't going to work because I'm too fast. Then he got a gun and boom, shot me right there. When Coby went to go get his bike, his father said that's when Le-Nguyen opened fire, shooting his child in the arm. I feel like I'm saying this with like a jokey tone, and I don't mean to. I'm just nervous. There was another really sad statement from his father saying, his father's name is Arnold Daniel. Right now, he's not even processing what happened. He doesn't realize how close he came to not being here, but I realize it. Arnold alleged that his family has had problems with this neighbor in the past. He claimed that he once witnessed Le-Nguyen try to dispose of the children's small bikes. So clearly there's been some back and forth before. I feel like you don't just go from yelling to sledgehammer to shooting someone in like one afternoon. Anyway, originally Le-Nguyen was released on a $10,000 bail. Wait, I meant to say bond. Should I redo that? Yeah, okay. Originally, Le-Nguyen was released on a $10,000 bond. However, within the week, the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office filed an emergency motion to raise that bond because of the rightful outrage of the community and his family that he was just able to pay the 10% of that $10,000 and go home. The local community was enraged. Rightfully so. With calls, emails, and pushes from the local community, they were able to get that emergency motion upheld. I need to like really learn these terms if I'm going to keep making these videos. Yeah, he's back in custody now with a bail of $100,000 that he has to pay outright in cash, and he's not allowed to return to his home. So the prosecuting attorney on this case, Eli Savitz, said on Facebook that they will be pushing for the highest possible available charges, which is assault with intent to murder. And in regards to social media, when it comes to this case, it's a little bit interesting. When I first saw this story on Twitter, the post that I saw read, "Local restaurant owner shoots 6-year-old," and it had the picture of a local restaurant in Ypsilanti on Washtenaw Street. So for some reason, it was posted that Ryan Le-Nguyen owned this restaurant. However, that is not the case. I remember when I first saw it come up, I felt really gross because we had actually just sort of recently eaten there, and we were like, damn, this is like really good. So when we saw that, we were like, oh, but that immediate gut reaction was to be like, well, shit, okay, I'm literally never eating there again. Absolutely boycott this restaurant, all about it. It turns out Ryan Le-Nguyen worked there from 2014 to 2015. So he worked there for a year. I can't do the math that quick in my head, but you know, a long time ago at this point. This is a quote from the actual owner of the restaurant, Journey in Hamathong. I apologize if that's incorrect. I tried and I listened to someone say it on the internet, but they say it so fast that I couldn't quite get it right. Anyway, what is important is what he said, and what he said was, he's not the owner, he has never been, and I have always been the owner of this building. We have no affiliation with him whatsoever, and we are not related to him, and we do not support his actions. And because of this, the restaurant itself has gotten threatening comments, and then also answer the phone to a bunch of really angry community members looking for Ryan. Other restaurateurs as well waded in. Miss Kim, a Korean restaurant in Ann Arbor, encouraged a redirection of focus for justice, as well as support for the restaurant. She said, "Hate is easy, empathy and generosity take more effort." So this is just kind of a good reminder for us all. Be careful what you read with your emotions, and, you know, don't immediately share things. Maybe look into it a little bit further. Because I fell into it. I fell into this rumor trap, and it's a, okay, I'm not even trying. Okay. Luckily, Coby will physically make a full recovery after receiving a bullet to his arm, but the trauma behind being shot is something that you can't easily recover from. Arnold Daniels said that his son is having a really hard time sleeping at night, and he wakes up from nightmares coming into bed with him asking, why would he do that? Talking about Ryan. Because he's 6 years old. He doesn't understand this. A 6-year-old doesn't understand why he's being shot in the arm for playing in the front yard. So his father told TMZ that he's getting Coby to see a therapist so that he can work through these emotions and these traumatic events. We know that therapy is not cheap, and the family needs to cope as well. So not only Coby, but everyone else that witnessed that as well and who is helping him heal from this damage. So there is a GoFundMe, and I'll leave that in the description. A message on their GoFundMe reads, "Unfortunately, on June 6, 2021, Coby was shot for no reason at all except being a 6-year-old kid. Now his whole family is affected by this and are struggling to make ends meet, as well as deal with the trauma of almost losing Coby. We are so thankful to have Coby and still would appreciate anything. Everything will help support his family make it through this hard time." And one donor wrote on the page, I just think this is sweet, "We love you, Coby. Keep being the kind, loving, loud, active, friendly, sweet boy I've been able to see learn and grow this year." So like I said, I'll leave that down below if you want to check the GoFundMe out. I'll also leave all of the articles that I got my information from. And I will also try to keep an eye out for any updates. I'm not 100% sure when Ryan's trial is. I couldn't find any information on that. But once that happens, or if there's any updates, I will try to update y'all if you're still interested. Okay. Goodbye. Yay.
That was good.